slogan. You know what I'm finding about my relationship with Jesus is that he is the complete, consummate teacher, always teaching every little aspect of our life, even seemingly the smallest of things, but they're never small because his goal for us is to make us like himself. And so he's on everything, not in a condemning way or critical way, but in a way I'm really trying to get you to be better or more like me. And so everything matters. Sometimes he doesn't bring up things because simply we're not ready for them. But other things he'll on the spot show us things. And he does this in the story about the person who goes in the book of Luke chapter 14. He says, when you go to a wedding feast, he says, make sure that you don't put yourself up front or put yourself forward or try to make a place for yourself. He said, because it's easy to be embarrassed that way, because someone more important than you may come along and the guest or the host may ask you to go backwards. And then there's shame associated with that and disappointment. He said, but yet put ourselves back first. And then when the host sees us, he may very well bring us forward. And if he brings us forward, we'll be honored instead of brought to shame. And I find that that's the nature of going forward. If I can put it this way, sometimes we have to go back in order to go forward. In other words, get ourselves out of the way, get ourselves in the middle, stop fighting for myself, trying to make a place for myself, trying to move forward on my own strength, my own power, trying to make moves, trying to strategize, trying to figure out how to get ahead, as opposed to just going back first and trusting God that at the right time, He'll bring us forward. So when it says these words here, for those who exalt themselves will be humbled, and those who humble themselves will be exalted. There's nothing wrong with being exalted. There's nothing wrong with being brought forward, as long as that we're not doing it. We're not the ones trying to promote ourselves, trying to put ourselves forward. Um, God will do that. God will put us forward if we simply will humble ourselves first. He's not opposed to us being brought forward. Uh, I just believe that he wants to do the work. So just know that he's always teaching. Many times we want to, get out there and again look out for number one. Well, we don't have to look out for number one. Number one is really looking out for us. So we have to sometimes go back. Well, not sometimes, all the time, go back in order to move forward. Hope that helps you. It helps me out knowing that I've got a constant coach by way of the Holy Spirit, Christ's Spirit, who's teaching me all the time how to live this life in a manner fitting for the one who has saved me and lives inside of me, who wants me to be just like him, Jesus. We're his disciples. The teacher wants us to be like him. God bless you and have a wonderful rest of day. Have a great weekend. If you need a place to go to church, we welcome you to New Day Christian Church. Blessings.